So I think it's only fair to do this trade before all the players on this trade play. And then I'll do another kind of reaction to what my trade was to see if I'm an idiot. But, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. And we'll get into that. So I'm just going to do it before, and I'll bite my tongue if it works out in one of the parties' favors, but it's not going to. Okay, so we got Jay Gill trading Zay Flowers, George Kittle, and Javonte Williams to Judson for George Pickens and David Montgomery. It's just an awful trade. It makes no sense. From Jay Gill's perspective, who's, he's got some injuries on his team and trying to hold off to get those injuries back, and you're 5-1, you'd think you'd want to keep your team pretty stout and not do any 3-2 trades for players that, technically aren't even overperforming the players that you're getting or giving away. You got George Kittle back, and the first thing you do is just throw him away. Okay, so let's just break this down. Let's look at the running backs. We got David Montgomery for Javonte Williams. That's just an awful trade all around. David Montgomery's a backup running back, and Javonte Williams has been putting up good numbers. He might have put up lower numbers these last couple weeks, but he's going to continue to put up good numbers. And he gets the workload as the running back over there. David Montgomery doesn't. That makes no sense to do that trade. Okay, now let's look at the other two. George Kittle and Zay Flowers for George Pickens. That's also an awful trade because you're getting rid of a good tight end, and then Zay Flowers, who's on bye, and maybe that's you're trying to win this 1 week, which you're not going to win this 1 week. You're already projected to lose by 90 points. So it doesn't really make sense to just trade Zay Flowers because he's on bye and then get George Pickens, because CeeDee Lamb's coming back and Lamar Jackson's coming back after the bye. So you got George Pickens losing his workload to CeeDee Lamb, or losing targets to CeeDee Lamb. And then you got Zay Flowers getting his quarterback back. He's putting up decent points with Cooper Rush, throwing 7 interceptions and then 7 completed passes in the game. And we're still getting decent points. And then now we're getting Lamar back after the bye. So you're getting a wide receiver who's going to lose value, and getting a wide receiver who's going to lose value, and giving away a wide receiver who's going to gain value. Doesn't make any sense. And then on top of that, you're just getting rid of George Kittle. I think this trade shouldn't be accepted from the committee. It just doesn't make any sense to lose at the running back. I would say lose the wide receiver just based on it's a long season. Maybe I'm wrong about that assessment, but I'd say lose at the wide receiver, and then also throw in a tight end as well. That's going to start as Judson's tight end 1. Just doesn't make any sense to me. I think Judson and Jay Gill had a late Saturday night, maybe some kissing, maybe some touching, and they colluded together to Jay Gill. Jay Gill's like, I'm 5-1. I don't like making the playoffs. It's stressful. Judson, take my entire team and just give me something that would pass. And Judson said, yes, Daddy, and took his team. And now, Judson's team looks better, and Jay Gill's team looks worse.